Here is a tutorial on how to make two-way contact using Seesaw. If you have any questions about making contacts in Seesaw, please reach out to the IT from your building. You are required to have two-way contact with your students. If you're using Seesaw, we'd like you to make a minimum of one personal contact with each student per week. It needs to be individual to each student. It needs to discuss particular content specific, and we'd like it to be two-way. Let me show you how that works. When you're in Seesaw, it's very easy to have this two-way contact. For instance, a student makes a post on Seesaw, and then the teacher replies with a written or dictated comment. Another option is for a teacher to send a private message to a family inquiring about progress, and the family replies. That also works. A third way is if a teacher would like to send an announcement to all family members asking for progress for the students. The family replies. Once the family replies, it comes back to the teacher as a private message. And then the teacher is obligated to reply back to the family so that you have two-way individual contact with families. Here's an example of what it would look like. A student makes a math post, perhaps about fractions. The teacher then comments on the post. For example, John, great work on the fraction activity. It looks like you're understanding the concept. You have completed the obligation for that student. Another example is that you send a private message to Jane's family. You send a private message asking about her progress on a subject. The family replies to you. Jane has been reading for 20 minutes a day. A third way is if you choose to send an announcement. Just remember that the initial announcement goes to, if you should send it to all families, that doesn't count as a private message. So you would need the family to reply to you. For instance, Jane has been reading 20 minutes, and then the teacher replies back. Great to hear it. Let's take a look at how that looks in Seesaw. Here I have my Seesaw class. And I could go through the posts and I could see that the student made a post for reading, but I didn't comment on it. I can click here in the comment section and add a comment and go through the feed to make sure that I've replied to a comment to each student's post. But perhaps an easier way to do this, if you have sent out an activity, is to click on your activity button. And here you can see that I sent out an activity to my students asking them to retell a favorite book. Down below in the gray bar, if I click in that gray bar, it will open up the activity and all the students that have replied. I can start at the very beginning and click on the first student, scroll down, make a comment, and then remember to click post. My comment is posted, and on the right side I can click the arrow and look at my next student. This student is still working on her draft, but I can take a look at it. I can see she's reading Where the Wild Things Are, and I can type a comment to her as well. Remember to click post, and then click to my next student. This way I can be sure I get a comment on every student's post, and I can keep track of how many students I've seen. So you can pick one activity from your class and pretty easily go through most of the students. Another way to make contact with your students is through messaging. To send a private message to families, you'll go on the right-hand side to the inbox. When you click on the inbox, you can click on family announcements or see all the family members listed on the right-hand side. You'll notice that the adult name is on top and the student's name is underneath. To send a private message, you click on the family member's name, and down at the bottom of the screen, you can see, for instance, send a private message. I was just checking on Abigail. How is her reading going? Once you hit send, it will send a private message to the family, and then as soon as her family replies, it will pop up in your inbox. So you can quickly go through your entire class to send a private message to each family member. Then keep an eye on your inbox for their replies. As soon as they reply back to you, that contact is considered complete because you've sent a private message and they've private messaged you back. The third way to make contact would be to send an announcement. Here you can click add, send announcement. At the top bar, you can see send to all family members. Here, once you type your announcement, here you can check out the announcement that I'm sending. Please let me know how reading is going this week. I hope everyone is enjoying the read aloud I shared. Once you send that, it will go to all your connected families. Now, you'll need to keep an eye on your inbox because it was sent as a mass communication to all families. You'll need to watch your inbox for individual families to respond to you, and then you'll be obligated to send a message back to that family, completing the private two-way contact. If you have any questions, please reach out.